Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Sam Sarasvati Namaha, Om Namas Chandikaye. So, the Devi Mahatmya, as we know, that's a very powerful mantra. And if you can chant it, that's very good. But sometimes, Devi Mahatmya becomes too difficult for many to chant. So there are 4 stutis of this Devi Mahatmya. Some people, Devi Mahatmya can be chanted in 3 ways. One is known as the Sampurna Parayana. The entire Devi Mahatmyam in one sit, and also we complete. That is one type. Second type of Devi Mahatmya Parayana is we complete the Devi Mahatmya in 3 days. Prathama Charita in the first day, second Charita in the second day, Uttara Charita, Uttama Charita in the third day. That is a third way of doing Devi Mahatmya. And there is a Saptaha Vidhi. We complete it in 1 week. Starts from Sunday. So in Sunday only first chapter, second day 2 chapters, third day 2 chapters means second and third. The third day only 4th chapter. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that there is a paddhati known as the Saptaha Paddhati. So in 1 week we complete Devi Mahatmya. Because there are many people who does that, because completing everything will be a little difficult for many. So there are many people who complete Devi Mahatmya in 1 week. Okay, 1 week time, all the 13 chapters should be chanted. And there is another way of Devi Mahatmya, Bhagavati's grace, that is by chanting the stutis of Devi Mahatmya. There are 4 stutis, that is known as Mahatmya Hridaya. The heart of Devi Mahatmya is actually 4 stutis. Okay, in the Prathama Charita, there is a stuti known as Brahma Stuti. And the 4th chapter is also a stuti, Indradikrita Devi Stuti. 5th chapter is also a stuti, known as Aparajita Stotra. And 9th chapter is also a stuti. 9th chapter of Devi Mahatmya is also a stuti, known as the 11th chapter is also a stuti. It is known as Narayani Stuti. So there are 4 stutis in this entire Devi Mahatmya. So even if we are not able to chant Devi Mahatmya, chanting these 4 stutis also will help us. Okay, so there are 4 stutis. First chapter there is a stuti known as Brahma Stuti. Then 4th chapter, 5th chapter and 11th chapter of Devi Mahatmya. Okay, so we have taken all that 4 and then compiled it and given to you in that small book. So if you are not able to really read the Durga Saptashati, see, actually to Durga Saptashati Parayana, if you are doing it in the 1 day, you need initiation. But if you are doing it in a 1 week, it is okay. Okay, but we have no initiation, nobody is there to teach us, then just chant these 4 stutis. That itself become very powerful sadhana. So that's why we took out all that 4 stutis and then given to you as a prasada pustaka. That pustaka which is given to you. So that is, there all the 4 stutis are there. Okay. No problem. No problem. You can do it like this, either 3 or 7. Yeah, because you need you have to do kalasha, you have to keep Devi and then do puja, then only way to do. In temple, Devi is already there. So, see what happens, in this Durga Saptashati, there is Devatas. Along with Devatas, there are Upadevatas, Sangha Devatas, Avarana Devatas, all of them. So, in order to manage them, that's why. In our house, it's better to do 3 days okay, 7 days okay. 1 day, the kind of energy which will come, we may not be able to manage. That's right. That all we can chant. That all we can chant. See, if you are doing it in the first, everything, the 1 day, you have to do all that. At least Trayanga. Kavacha, Kilaka and Argala should be done before. Afterward also. Rahasya Traya is there. So first three and the Rahasya Traya in the end. And the Devi Aparada Ksamapada Stotram, that much also. So if you are doing it the same day, if you are doing it like a 3-day, then the first day you should do Argala, Kavacha, Vikilaka and Prathama Charita. And then second onwards, if you can do this, Siddha Gunjika, continue Siddha Gunjika, first chant Siddha Gunjika and then chant whatever you are doing. Like that we are doing the 7-day also, Siddha Gunjika, and then chant that chapters. Okay.
Chanting of these stutis every day is okay.
Very perfect. No problem. Or if you can just light a lamp and do, that will be very good. Just light a lamp and do, very good. Otherwise also, you are traveling also, you can chant, there's no problem. Okay? But when you are chanting the entire Durga Saptasati in one day, then you have to invoke Devi and then, manage the energies come. It's like a 10-volt bulb. If you put 100-volt into that, what will happen? That may happen. That's why the rishis want to protect us. So they say, be careful. That's all. Okay? I don't want to frighten you or anything. So that's why these 4 stutis, if you chant that will give us a lot of whatever we need, all the anugraha, whatever we need, everything will be given to us. So, first stuti is known as Brahma Stuti. Okay? So, this entire Durga Saptasati is, as I said, is coming from Markandeya Purana. So, in Markandeya Purana, it starts with, the entire story is starting with a dialogue actually between the four birds were there in the Vindhyadavi, and something? Okay, so there were 4 birds in the Vindhyadavi. They were great, actually they were Brahmanas. They were the disciples of Markandeya. They heard entire Shastra, and because of their father's curse, they became birds, etc., and living in Vindhyadavi. Okay, so once Jaimini comes into the presence of Bhagavan Markandeya, and he asked some questions. Markandeya said, I have no time, you go to this Vindhyadavi and ask these 4 birds. So there is a samvada between the Jaimini Rishi and these 4 birds. That's how it starts. And then so many things he heard, and Jaimini wanted to know about all Manvantaras. There are 14 Manvantaras. So each Manvantara, who, what, etc. Then 7 Manvantaras were said, and then 8th, now we are in the 7th Manvantara, okay? So we are now in 7th Manvantara. Our Manu is Vayubhaswata Manu. Next Manu is known as Savarni Manu. Okay. So Jaimini asked, how come this Jiva got this chance of becoming a Manu? Okay. See, you cannot become Manu so easily. So how this Jiva got a chance to, become a Manu? So they say that in the 3rd Manvantara something happened. There was a king named then the 3rd Manvantara there was, so it's actually a, and then taking back to in the time. So there was a great a king named Suratha. Suratha was there. He was a great king, but then he lost in a war with the hunters. So he lost his kingdom, everything. He went to a forest. There he met a great rishi known as Sumedhas. And he was staying in his ashram. He was roaming around. His mind was very disturbed. And then he saw that another person is sitting in the forest and crying. And said, who are you? I am a Vaishya. I am a merchant. And my name is Samadhi. So then they started to ask, why are you crying? I am thinking about my wife and children, whether they are good or so. That this wife and children threw him out. Now, but then still sitting in the forest, he is crying about them. So Maharaja asked him, why are you crying? They were so rude to you, then why are you still thinking? He says, what to say? My mind is like that. Then Maharaja also thought, my thing is also like that only. I am also worried about the kingdom. They only threw me out. Then they went back to Sumedhas and asked him, why? We know Jnanin, we are all not uneducated people or uncultured people, but still our mind is, so restless. Why? So Rishi says, there is a force in this universe. Okay, there is such a force known as Mahamaya. Jnaninam api chetam sibalada akarshya. No, she's so powerful that even the mind of great learned people also, she has the power to attract and put it into samsara. So, only with her grace, bhoga and moksha is possible. Then she asks, who is she, how was she born and all that. So, Rishi says that, we cannot say she is always there. There is no birth for her, but the first time she manifested, that story I will tell you. And then that story I was talking to you about, Madhu and Kaidabha, that story was narrated. Said, once, there was no creation, Brahmaji was sleeping and everything was in still. That time from the ears of Vishnu, that Karnamala was fallen into the Karanajalam. From that two Asuras came up, Madhu and Kaidabha. They attacked Brahma and Brahma doesn't know what to do and Vishnu is not getting up. So, Brahmaji did a stuti of Sakshal Jagadambika as Bhadrakali. Tamasika Shakti. Nidra, Alasya, Pramada. These are all coming from Tamas. And Shri Mahavishnu is now in the Nidra. In order to wake Mahavishnu from his sleep, Bhagavan Brahmaji praised Shri Jagadamba as in the form of Bhadrakali. So that is the first stuti. So in Prathama Charita of Devi Mahatmya, this stuti is there. The stuti is known as Brahma stuti. It is not a stuti of Brahma, stuti made by Brahma. Okay, so that is the stuti, first stuti is there. This is also a very important stuti because it is known as Tantrikam Devi Suktam. There is a Vaidika Devi Suktam. But this Prathama Stuti also is known as Tantrika Devi Sukta. It's a very powerful stuti which helps us to heal. See if there is any hurt deep within, there is problems, there are, different kinds of mental, physical or emotional or family problems. So many things are there. Everyone has something else. Something or other is there. That's how we are all human beings. So this Prathama Sukta, known as Brahma Stuti, is very good medicine for healing. It will heal us. In physical, in mental, in intellectual level, it will heal us. It is like a nidra. How the sleep has the power to heal. See, we have some problem. When we go to the doctor, they inject us. Why? So that we can sleep. In sleep, we heal. When we go into sleep, the body will be able to heal itself. So, this Prathama Stuti, Bhadrakali Stuti, is very, very healing Stuti, which can actually help us to heal, to revive, to balance. Okay? So, this Stuti is a very important Stuti. That Stuti is given to you. We will just first read that stuti and then see the meaning as much as possible. Is there in your paper. First stuti is the Brahma stuti or Tantrika Devi Sukta. I'll chant, please repeat. Brahmovacha Tvam swaha, tvam svadha, tvam he. Vashatkara swaratmika. Sudha tvam akshare nitye. Tridha matratmika sthita. So, Brahma is doing the stuti of Sakshal Shri Bhadrakali. Okay? Says, Bhadrakali don't think Bhadrakali, what we see Bhadrakali, that is not the power here. I said, no, there are three, day before I was discussing, three forces manifested from Sri Jagadamba. From the left eye of the Jagadamba, a form came out, that is known as Bhadrakali. Okay? And the right eye came the Durga. And from the middle eye came Mahalakshmi. Okay? So this is known as Mahabhadra. Okay? Bhadrakali, Mahabhadra. So who is she? So Brahmaji is doing the stuti. Tvam swaha. Brahma is telling, oh mother, you are swaha. Tvam swadha, you are swadha. Tvam vashatkara swaratmika, you are the vashatkara. And swaratmika. Who is Jagadamba? Swaha. What is Swaha? Swaha means there is a Shakti in this universe which can bring happiness, joy, fulfillment to Devatas. There's a power, there is a, we have the phone, etc. There is a, there is a, not caller tune. You have to open it up, then you have to password. Yeah. So Swaha is the password for the power of Devatas. So if you add that Swaha into a mantra and offer to the fire, then that Swaha is the password by which that power reaches the Devatas. That's why whenever we are offering anything to the Devatas, we should chant Swaha. Om Agnaye Swaha, Yamaya Swaha. For any Devata, Swaha has to be added because that Swaha has the power to open up the energies for the Devatas. Okay? So that power which gives powers to the Devatas is Jagadamba. Tvam Swaha. Like that, Swadha. Swadha is the power for Pitrus. That which gives happiness and contentment for the Pitrus is known as Swadha. That's also a power. So whenever we are doing any tarpana for our Pitrus, then we should say Swadha. Pitrubhya Swadha astu. Devebhya Swaha. Pitrubhya Swadha. So when we offer something to Devatas, then we offer with Swaha. So Swaha is a power of Jagadamba which fulfills the hearts of Devatas. And Swadha is the power of Jagadamba which fulfills the heart of Pitrus. Tvam Swaha, Tvam Swadha, Tvam hi Vashatkara Swaratmika. Vashatkara is another Vaidika word. They are all indeclinables. Okay, this is not something which can be declined. How it is coming, Swaha, Swadha, Vashat, these are all. Vashat is a mantra like Swaha, Swadha, which opens up the powers of the Devatas. See, one is to give happiness to them, another to open up them. That's why when you do Pushpanjali, etc., we say Vashat. Vashat is a code word which opens up the powers of the Devatas. Okay? So, Swaha, Swadha, Vashat and Swaratmika. Swaratmika is when you chant Vaidika mantra, you should use Swaram. Like in the music also, there is Saptaswara. No, like that, in the Veda also there are three swaras, Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita. Some letters should go up, some letters should go down, some should be in the middle. Okay, so this is known as Udatta, Anudatta and Swarita. This is known as the swaras of Vedic chanting. Like how it is there in Sangeeta. No, without Swara, there is no Sangeeta. So Swara Atmika. See how the Swara can create so much of joy. See, suppose there is a Kriti, we say it, of course that is beautiful, but when you sing it, the feel is very different, isn't it? How? Because of Swara. Swara brings a different energy into the music, into the sound. So, if the proper swaras are used, then that word, just a word, becomes a mantra. That's why music is very, very important. Say, if you can actually learn music well and sing well, then what happens is we are creating mantras. So, Vatapi Ganapatim Bhaje. If I say Vatapi Ganapatim Bhaje, it's good only. But when you sing it with the Sapta Swaras, it becomes such a joy. It brings joy. And why? Because Swara has that power. So this Swara is Jagadamba. See, any form of energy which exists in this universe is Jagadamba. So a plain word becomes music because of Swara. And who is that Swara? What is that Swara? That Swara is none other than Jagadamba. Tum swaha, tum swadha, tum hi vashatkara swaratmika. So, vashatkara swaratmika, not one word, vashatkara swaratmika. She is the swaram also. Then, tum sudha. Who is Jagadamba? Sudha. She is Amrita Swarupini. Chant her name, her Jagadamba herself is Sudha. Sudha, Amrita, the nectar, which can save us from the Janana Marana Chakra. So she is Sudha, who can heal, who can save us from all kinds of dukkha of this world. That's Swadha, that's Sudha. Sudha, Amritam, that also you. Tvam Sudha, Sudha, Tvam Akshare. You are also Akshara. What is Akshara? Naksharati iti Akshara. No, that which cannot be destroyed, indestructible. This entire universe can be destroyed. But there is something which cannot be destroyed. That force in which entire universe manifest and unmanifest, that adhara, that consciousness is Jagadamba. Tvam Akshara. Akshara also means letters. A to Ksha. A, I, U, R, L, Sha, Sha, Sa, Yara, Lava, Sha, Sha, Sa, Ksha. So A to Ksha is Akshara. See, there is a book. Okay, you can destroy the book. You can make into chapters. Chapters can be again classified into paragraphs. Paragraphs can be destroyed into sentences. Sentence can be destroyed into words. Words can be broken into letters. Now letters cannot be broken again. So it is Akshara. So even the letter also is Akshara. That's why in our tradition, if we don't keep our leg on some letters, even a newspaper, we don't put our leg because it is Akshara. That is Jagadamba herself. So each and every letter is Akshara, is Amba. Tvam Sudha, Tvam Akshare. So one meaning of Akshara, indestructible consciousness. Otherwise, all the letters are manifestation of Jagadamba. Okay, Nitye, you are Nitya. Now you are the only one thing in this universe which is eternal. Everything else will go, but that Bhagavati will be there. Nitye. Tridha Matratmika. There are three matras in this universe. What are the three matra? That Hraswa, Dirgha, Pluta. Matra means Hraswa, Dirgha and Pluta. Hraswa means Dirgha, Pluta, ah. So if you are using only one matra, that is known as Hraswa. If you are using two matra, that is Dirgha. More than two, Pluta. Okay, so in this universe, whatever Shabda you are hearing, that all Shabdas are either Hraswa or Dirgha or Pluta. So all the sound, whatever exists in this universe, they are all Shabda is energy, sound energy. Now we are slowly understanding. So everything is manifestation of Jagadamba. So all the letters are Jagadamba's manifestation. All Shabda, whatever Shabda exists, whatever sound exists, all of them are also manifestation of Jagadamba. So all the Tridha matra, matras are of three types. Which are they? Hraswa matra, Dirgha matra and Pluta. Ukalo jhraswa dirgha Pluta. So, Hraswa, Dirgha, Pluta, these all matras are also manifestation of Jagadamba. Tridha matratmika sthitam. And you sthita, you manifest in this universe as Tridha matratmika. You are the essence of the three matras. Let us chant together. Tvam swaha, tvam swadha, tvam hiva shatkara, swaratmika, sudhatvam akshare nitye, tridha matratmika sthita. Next line. Ardha matra sthita nityam, yanucchaya visheshatah. Tvameva sandhya savitri, tvam Devi janani para. Now, you are the, three matra. Hraswa Dirgha Pluta. Not only that, you are ardha matra sthita. Bhagavati, you are ardha matra. Ardha matra is Om. So in Om, A, U are there. Then there is a ardha matra. What is that? So Anunasika is known as ardha matra. Okay? So A is also Jagadamba. U is also Jagadamba. And ardha matra, which is also Jagadamba. So Parabrahma Swarupini. So everything is Mother. No. So this is all. So ardha matra sthita. That is also nu. That is also you. And not only that. Ardha matra sthita nitya. Ya anucchaya visheshatah. Not only a, u, ma, but there is something known as anucchaya, that which cannot be uttered. What is that which cannot be uttered? That cannot be uttered. That's known as silence. See, here entire discussion is on Omkara. Okay? So when we chant Omkara, when we do the upasana of Omkara, there are 4 stages. One is known as Akara Upasana, Ukara Upasana, Ardhamatra Upasana, and Turiyam. Turiya Kapitvam. And so when we chant Akara, Ukara, Makara, then comes a deep silence. That deep silence is known as Anucchaya, that which cannot be uttered. From where Omkara rises, in which the Omkara exists, to which the Omkara goes back, and which is eternally there. That is silence. This entire universe is rising from silence. It exists in silence. It goes back into silence. That deep silence, which is not, which is not shunyam. See, here comes the a vada of Shunyavada, Shunyavada of Buddhas. They say that, yes, that anucharya is Shunyam. Means that silence is absence. Vedanta do not believe that, because from absence, only absence can come out. So what is that silence? That silence is Purnata. That silence is completeness, not absence. So that completeness, where there is no sound at all, where there is no more, any commotions, our mind and buddhi, everything becomes shant. Only that Purnada, Purnamada, Purnamidam, that Purnada exists. That Purnada is known as the silence, known as Turiyam. That is known as Anucharya, that which cannot be uttered. So, Akara is also Jagadamba, Ukara is also Jagadamba, and Ardhamatra, that Anunasika is also Jagadamba. So, Akara represents Jagrat, Ukara represents Swapna, and this Ardhamatra represents Sushupti. Why Sushupti is Ardhamatra? Because in all Jagrat and Swapna, there is Drashta and Drishya. In Jagrat, we see these all things and we are the seer. We see things which are different from us. In Swapna also, Drashta and Drishya is there, but both are the same person. I see the dream. So the dream is also there, I am also there. But still, both are the same. Now, when we enter into the Sushupti, there is not much Drashta, Drishya. There are no forms to see. That's why Ardhamatra. And Akara and Ukara, two matras are. Two matra in the sense there is, so the Jagrat is known as Plutam. Plutam because there are so many things. The Swapna is known as Dirgha because two are there. Although one person appears in two forms. And the third, Sushupti, is Ardhamatra. Means only I am there. What is happening I do not know. Aham sukham aswapsam. I slept well. Na kinjida vedisham. I do not know anything. So we are there, we are knowing something. What are that which we know in Sushupti? Nothingness. Nothing in the sense, we don't see any manifestations. That's why it's known as Ardhamatra. So, the Pluta is also, that is Sushupti is also me. Swapna is also me. And Sushupti is also me. And actually, the Chaturtham, Ardhamatra, beyond that, Anucharya Visheshadha, which cannot be uttered, that great silence. The deep silence within, that Purnata, that completeness, that's also Jagadamba. Ardhamatra stita nitya yanucharya visheshadaha tvameva sandhya savitri. See this, here there is a padhabeta. So in our book it is tvameva sandhya savitri. There is another padha, tvameva sa tvam. Tvameva sa tvam savitri tvam Devi janani para. Sometimes, some books you will take, you will see that there's something else written. Then we get confused. This Padhabetas. Because, see, these are not the books which came to us in 200 years, 300 years. At least, if you really believe the story, this is happening at least for 4,500 or some years back. Because 5,000 years back was the time of Mahabharata. After Mahabharata, after a few years, maybe 100 years or so, is that which this, this entire conversation happening. So we do not know the time, etc. But it is very ancient. So what happens, it is spread to many places, so different Padhabedas are there. So, Tvameva Sandhya Savitri is one Padha, Another pada is Tvameva Sa. Tvam Savitri. What do you mean that Tvameva Sa? Means you yourself is she. Who she? Parabrahma Sarupini. You who is manifested. This Prakriti. What we see as Prakriti is actually, in the essence, it is Jagadamba herself. Tattvamasi. Sa Tvam. Tvam Sa. Okay? So, Tvameva Sa means you alone is that. That is one part. Another part which is there in your book is Tvameva Sandhya. Sandhya means what? Where it meets. All the meeting places. They are all you. That's why we call Sandhya. Prata Sandhya, Sayam Sandhya, Madhyana Sandhya. There are 4 Sandhyas. Prata Sandhya, where the night meets the day. Madhyana Sandhya, forenoon and afternoon. And Sayam Sandhya, the day meets the night. And there is Mahasandhya, that is midnight, where the forenight meets the afternight. But that is, generally we don't, only tantrikas and practitioners of tantra that take that. But for us there are 3 sandhyas. That's why all the 3 sandhyas we are supposed to worship God. No? Prata Sandhyopasanam, Madhyana Sandhyopasanam, Sayam Sandhyopasanam. That Sandhya where the powers meet. Those time has some energy, some different types of energy. So, those Sandhya, wherever, this is not only time, anywhere, everywhere where things meet together, there is a different type of energy there. No, wherever 2 oceans meet, when a river and the ocean meet, all those places have some divine energy. That is known as Prayagaha. If you see, we only know one Prayagraj, that is Prayagaraj. That is Prayagraj, where the Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati meet. But then there is, if you go in Uttarakashi, into the Himalayas, there are so many Prayag. Karna Prayag, Deva Prayag. So whenever 2 rivers meet, that meeting point is a very powerful place. That meeting is known as Sandhya. So that power, where the energy comes out of the collaboration, that's also you. Tvameva Sandhya. Simple meaning of Sandhya, evening, morning, etc. But that's not only that Sandhya. Wherever there is Sandhi. So this is also Sandhi. You see? So this is also a Sandhi where 2 joints are there. So that's why when we do the, Nyasam, etc. also there are Sandhi. All the Sandhis we invoke because they are all powerful points. So that is Sandhya. Tvameva Sandhya. So what is actual Sandhya? The real Sandhya is Sneha, love. What that which connects us is love. So, who is Jagadamba? They say, love is God, love is God. What is love is God? Because it is Sandhya. Because love is that which connects us. And anything which is connecting, they are all divine. Tvameva Sandhya Savitri. And Jagadamba is Savitri. Savitri means what? There are 2 powers in God. In Bhagavan, there are 2 powers. There are many powers, but 2 are very important. One is known as Savitri, another is known as Gayatri. Okay? So, there are 2 main powers of Bhagavan. That's in Surya. When we worship, Surya is Pratyaksha Brahma. Surya is the Brahman which we can perceive. So in Surya there are 2 Shaktis. One Shakti is known as Savitri, another Shakti is known as Gayatri. What is Savitri? Sunya Prani Prasave. Savitri means the creative power. Creation, the power of creation is known as Savitri. So in Surya there is power of creation, because of which we are all sitting here now. The creative power of Surya, because of that, our universe exists. because of the creative power of Ishvara, of Surya, whichever. So, that is known as Savitri. There is another power known as Gayatri. What is Gayatri? Gayantam trayate iti Gayatri. The power of protection. So the power of protection is Gayatri. The power of protection, creation is Savitri. So both are Jagadamba. Tvameva sandhya Savitri. Tvam Devi Janani Para. Oh mother, you are the Para Janani. See, we all have our own mothers, but there's only one supreme mother. This entire universe is created because of her wish. So that's why day before yesterday we saw that she is the one who carries this entire universe in her womb. Now she is the universal mother. That's why Lalita Sahasranama starts with Sri Mata. That's what I was telling. You want to worship Jagadamba without any kind of complication. Just chant Om Shri Matre Namah, Om Shri Matre. Nothing, no harm will come to anyone. Because Kuputro Jayeta Kuchitapi Kumata na bhavati. Bad sons may be there, but there never can be a bad mother. But don't look at the papers nowadays. That but universal mother, she is the embodiment of love and compassion. Okay, so Jagadamba is Mata. She is the Janani. Janayati iti Janani. The one who gives life is known as Janani. So, brother, you are the Supreme Mother. Tvameva sandhya Savitri. Tvam Devi Janani Para. Para Janani. The Supreme Janani is you. So, let us chant these two verses together. Tvam swaha, tvam swadha, tvam hiva shatkara swaratmika, sudha tvam akshare nitye, tridha matratmika sthitam, ardha matra sthita nitya, yanucharya visheshatah, tvameva sandhya savitri, tvam devi janani param. See, in your paper, I think the order may be a little different, no? Tvam swaha, tvam sudha, tvam, that's section 1, no? That is because of mantra. When you do Durga Saptasati Japa as a mantra, then it will become like that. So, Brahmovacha is one mantra. Tvam swaha, tvam sudha, tvam hivashatkara swaratmika is another mantra. Sudha tvam akshare nitya tudha matratmika sadha mata siddhaya anucharya visheshatah is another mantra. But as shloka, it is like this. So shlokas always have two lines, that's why, okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.